Welcome everyone to this late night game of Rise. What we have for you guys today is a lot of retirees come out of the nursing home. We got Toby Legend over here with his first game with 6 months, cold hands and all, on the Misty Mountains faction. On the other side of the map, we also have Exodus come out of retirement as well on Arphadyne, as well as a couple of returning faces, such as Explosive also coming out of retirement. Lots of retirees out on the playground today. We also got, Aardvark on Evilman Terror on Elves, Headcrash on Angmar, and Protosser on Cardolan. This is going to be a very high-class lobby right here. A lot of pretty good players, although some of them might be a little bit rusty. We're going to be in for a little bit of a treat. Now, it has already been 6 minutes into this game. A few things have already happened. As we can see, a bit of progress on Elven King's Halls has already been done, and now the spawn is going to go down. Meanwhile, we end this south. We have Explosive having gone Autonomy, going for some type of mid to late game build.
Watch out! It's one of those Nazgûls!
Quite the show. Explosive finishing off Wing Rider Encampment, using his stun over there to speed up that kill. Without any rotates from Aardvark, it should be the spawn going down very soon. However, Toby is actually in the south, rotating onto Autonomy Gondor to try and take out some of his very high-performing spawns down here. Meanwhile, on the west side of the map, we do have East Tharbad beginning to fall to the forces of Aardvark, and the Marshal Kalnarthon indeed falling to Toby.
Please state the nature of your medical emergency.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Eastern Rudar going down to a double over here from a Terror and Protosser, but Aardvark does recall in to defend, is going to delay the attack on Eastern Rudar by a fair bit.
Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked.
Explosive trying to finish off Wing Rider Encampment with only 45 seconds to spare. 7 minutes. Alright, Nazgûl has already come out for Aardvark. Jindur Dawn Death.
Our allies are being attacked.
True.
Our allies
It's a trick that not everybody wants to let you know about. Now Aardvark and Toby are going in for one of the final autonomy spawns here. This is going to be Amon Lahad going down very quickly if Aardvark and yes, finish off this push. Explosive has arrived to try and respond to Aardvark, but with the south side of the spawn stripped, Aardvark only needs to come back for a little bit later on to finish off the job. Meanwhile, Explosive recalls over to try and defend from Toby, trying to utilize the Lord of Penofgalen's high-range anti-air attack. But Toby is pretty savvy here, just decides to change target over to this newly exposed spawn. Meanwhile, in the north of the map, we do see a lot of troop movements building up over here. We might be seeing some big clash in the near future up here. Meanwhile, back in the south, we do see Amon Lahad going down. Gas actually is being gotten on it because Explosive has run out of gas on Orphank.
Our allies' base is under attack.
Early Lost Off comes down for Exodus, and indeed also early even Mule goes down for Explosive. This is going to be the crazy tech imported straight from Korea. Let's see if this build works in a Western audience. Evil has still been spotted stalking around the autonomy area, trying to take out some of these last spawns that Explosive has access to. Meanwhile, in the east, we do see Emmanuel beginning to spawn waves, quite a very strong base spawn, but with autonomy, it does get a little bit of a buff. You spawn an extra unit, you have access to the unique upgrade.
Our allies are being attacked.
Yep, Ninja Loss is getting a little bit of pressure. Hill is being chased down as well. Smelk the Golden goes down to 450 HP, almost going down to that surprise turnaround by Explosive. But he does recall out in time to save the Lord of Pinagalen as well. Terror now responds in the east to chase away Toby from the Nenya Loft.
Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked.
Where shall we march?
Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies'
Quiet.
base is under attack.
Protosser over here having to defend Tharbad from some aggression by Aardvark, but he recalls out to instead focus elsewhere, defending Eastern Rudar from a push by Tyror. Meanwhile, in the north, Head Crash goes off against Exodus, trying to strip out some of these southern cannons on North Downs, but Exodus, having built up a very sizable army over the course of the last few minutes, is very capable of parrying and fending it off. Meanwhile, we see Toby going in on Manhiriav. Protosser is here trying to defend using his bulky low-range Austere to tank for his longer-range Aeronborn and Minigalar heroes.
Attack. Our allies' base is under attack.
Southeast of the map, Explosive utilizing quite yet another tech, trying to clear Enedwife from the bottom right corner. This is not exactly something you see very often, but let's see if this works out for him in the long run.
Are being attacked. Our allies
I'm going to tab out quickly to exit a couple applications that I forgot were running in the background. Alright, back into it.
Our allies are being attacked. Our allies.
Head Crash being chased away right now by Exodus. Meanwhile, in the south, Toby is preparing once more to engage at the Orphanc side of the map.
Our allies' base is
Aardvark and Taror scrapping away at Eastern Rudar, and Dunland being finished off by Protosser with nobody in the area with the cycles to actually try and chase him off. Meanwhile, we also see Tharbad being pushed on by Toby. The mines stockpiled on the spawn itself have been activated. Toby's ball suddenly whittles down quite a lot. Tries to chase away Protosser, but he's there a bit too late. Does not prevent the death of the Dunland spawn.
our allies are being attacked.
Meanwhile, Explosive has arrived once more to continue strip of Enedwife from the southeast, and there is further action nowhere else in the map, actually. For now, everybody else just sitting around. Austin Heal does go down from a Protosser. It's a very meta game. Lost off Protosser. Meta game from everybody except Western Gondor, I should say.
Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies' base is under
Toby arrives at the south of the map to try and put in some pressure on Imamul, but Explosive is paying attention, manages to riposte him before he does any damage to spawn. Meanwhile, Exodus actually also comes in to chase away Toby, make sure that no actual progress is made against Orphanc or Imamul. Good props on Exodus for that. Protosser trying to finish off some of the cannons near the center of the map. Meanwhile, Aardvark intercepts an attempted attack by Explosive on Enedwife. Northeast of the map, Angmar goes in on the top side of Mirkwood in a rotate. Exodus uses the moment to counterattack at Karn Doom, trying to strip out some of these outer cannons of this upgraded spawn. Chief of the Lost Off is very close to obtaining his hero status, and with that he is going to be much stronger going into the later stages of this game. Terror also forms up with Exodus to speed up this attempted double of Karn Doom. Now Headcrash has arrived back into the area, but he has a couple bruised heroes. This is going to be a high risk engagement for him if he is not careful. Carfane takes quite a lot of damage to this, goes down to the cannons and Witch King charge. Nice pickup by Headcrash over here. But the good heroes do not falter. They stay in the area, do not retreat, continue to try and strip out some of these cannons. Headcrash is pushed into the corner over here. There is not much he can do against this very concentrated amount of DPS. Argleb goes down to defocus by Headcrash with the assistance of cannons. Malvagil goes down to yet another focus, and with that, Arflag almost goes down as well. Great Goblin does go down. Meanwhile, he takes out Golfing Bull with his volley, making that a very good pickup for Evil, especially with Toby being able to take out the Arfading Special Transport in the bottom of the map while Exodus is distracted. But no, not like this. Witch King escapes with 12 HP. Terror barely not being able to pick up that kill. A decisive victory overall for Evil. Now, the heroes actually do end up panning even, I believe. I think it was Malvagil and Argaleb. And, no, it's 3 for 2. Carfane, Malvagil, and Argaleb for Golfin Bull and Morgamir. That was a very nice pickup for Headcrash, especially if you count that special transport there. That being said, Karn Doom, which was max, is down, or at least close to max. That does go down, so that is going to weaken Headcrash a bit for the long term. Did Kimball die when I was not casting yet, by the way? Oh, a Goblin died. Oh, you did? Okay. Eastern Rodar is going to very soon be not here for this world as Protosser and Terror go in on the spawn. Aardvark is fairly strong, but with such high mass and pretty much full HP on the good hero ball, there's not much you can do to prevent the death of this upgraded Evilman spawn. He's now on very few spawns left. Edwidwife and Idurwife Yor is a fairly standard state to be in, to be fair, for the Evilman player, but given that this is an autonomy Gondor, Gondor is going to be very capable of matching him very soon. Even Mule, surprisingly, has not been destroyed yet. Seems like maybe the Koreans have a bit of a point with their builds. Walder buys Light Ash. This is going to be the late game transition plan for Aardvark up here, building his mass base in the safe core of the evil spawns. Meanwhile, it seems like Explosive and Terror are going to be teaming up to finish off Dol Guldur. A very quick and very clean kill of the spawn right here. Minimal losses, minimal operational damage. Human Mule will be maxed very shortly, and with that, Explosive is going to get a very large power spike once things start entering his hero ball. They are a very bulky and very high damage unit, and when stacked can prove quite a challenge for Evil players to deal with. Now, Gorekill is still alive, so that does give Evil a late game method of dealing with them. Arva goes down to the Toby, I believe, focus. Good job, Toby. Exodus now on a very limited hero ball. Chief the Lossoff only for now. Later on, Arva Dewey will come out, and maybe even Arnarf if the game goes that way. Terror goes in and grabs Aim on Link. This is a pretty common, I believe, Korean build, I will say. But it is a nice position for them, and it carries a very strong upgrade. Explosive has also gone out of the way to pick up the Citizenship for Service upgrade. This gives his Easterly Mass a very nice buff and also adds an extra gas to the spawn of Mule. Makes it a bit better in the late game. North Downs might be going down soon with this focus from Headcrash. He is down quite a few heroes, but of course Exodus is also down his heroes. So if Exodus doesn't get much support, this might be go down. But instead, actually, with Toby in the area, Evil is going to set their sights on a bigger fish going in on the Fornos spawn itself. Exodus is going to try and mount a desperate defense of the spawn, but with one hero against, I believe, the 6 here, he does pick up Karsh with that cannon target, I believe, but it does seem like the spawn is going to go down now with no support on the horizon for the good player. Meanwhile, on the eastern side of the map, attempted attack on Mule is deflected, it seems, by Explosive, who is in the area to defend. Toby and Headcrash decide to fall off of the spawn for now, delaying the Fornos kill a little bit. They just don't really have the mass cover to be able to comfortably push this because of the elites under Exodus's command. Meanwhile, Terror recalls in to chase away Aardvark. This is going to secure Mule's safety for quite a while longer. South side of the map, Explosive doesn't miss a beat, goes in for Retiree, trying to finish off that spawn and neuter Evilman for the foreseeable future while Lighthash is still building up. Aardvark still has plenty of mass though to make a few pushes with.
Our allies are being attacked. Our allies' base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies are being attacked.
Retiree is being focused down now. The outer cannons have been completely stripped, and Explosive should be netting the final starting spawn of Evilman very soon. In the center of the map, I should say, Toby is over here trying to clear out some of these cannons. This will probably secure the rotate position for the late game for Evil, which could be very important. Arvidui comes out, so Exodus is now back in the game somewhat with a relatively stable position in terms of his 2 hero ball and decent mass.
Our allies are being attacked. Our allies' base is under attack.
Orcus raiding camp does come up for Headcrash. He finishes off the North Downs. Fornos is also completely naked. Just a little bit of poking would do the spawn in. Exodus just needs to lose his mass in a bad engagement, and that's all Headcrash will need to finish off the spawn. But now, in the east side of the map, a surprise attack on Scaffa the Longworm, double from Explosive and Terror, and look at the size of these armies. This is going to be a very fast kill indeed of the spawn if Evil does not respond in time. Toby, Aardvark, and Headcrash all arrive to try and fend this off. Scaffa gets to yellow HP, and now Smelg flies over everyone and gets instantly vaporized, but Glorfindel gets chased down in exchange for Witch King of Angmar, of Explosive sitting there and picking up the trade for Terror. Definitely a loss for Evil despite not losing that spawn. Smelg gone for free, and Glorfindel traded for the Witch King. Exodus now is finding the strength to do a counterattack alongside Protoss in the north. He does have low heroes, but that mass is going to be very, very tricky for Evil to deal with. It's the type of mass that can just shoot constantly even while retreating. Meanwhile, Explosive is already back up into the north, trying to finish off the Scaffa spawn. Now, Scaffa has a weapon, but his actual spawn HP is not any more than baseline, so this will be a very easy pickup for Explosive. He does get Advertil a little bit low, but it doesn't matter. Spawn goes down pretty lickety split. Meanwhile, A triple on the northwest side of the map. Mount Graham is being pressured by Terror, Protosser, and Exodus. Now Headcrash and Aardvark are in the area to defend, but Headcrash with only Cora Hill now. Cora Hill being infamously bad at hero fights. It's basically a 1v3. Headcrash trying his best to do cannon targeting and mass targeting, but really the bulk of the DPS has to be done by Aardvark here if they have any hope of delaying this push. Mount Graham goes down, but in a trade for Fornos, Toby taking that initiative, taking advantage of that opening made by Exodus fighting, and finishing off Fornos. Now this is a important pickup for Evil indeed. He also does grab the spawn, so we might be seeing a Agandar come out very soon as well. Explosive now swapping targets, going for Goblin Town. The Eben Mule mass this game is doing quite a lot of work. He has a huge amount of mass, about equivalent to Lambadon and then some, to do these pushes with. Very bulky as well, I will say. Agandor does come out for Toby. Toby seems like he's going to be the late game carry for this game on the Evil side. And now Morris is being targeted down by Protosser. As always, Protosser doing very steady work, sieging down places where Evil is not looking. This is going to be quite a bad position for Evil moving forward because it does expose Lightash, and that is the majority of the eggs in one basket for Evil here, because right behind Lightash, of course, is Angmar.
Our allies are being attacked.
See more recalls over here in this side of the map. We are seeing Terror and Protosser going in on the Remnants over here by Scaffa, trying to clear out this position so that they can potentially target Google Eye or even Gundabad from the east side. Figuring Wood does get bought. This implies a Martel, and indeed Martel does get started. Meanwhile, we have Forchel going down to Toby. This is going to eliminate a lot of the really strong Exodus mass that he has been depending on this game. But in a much more stabilized position, he should be able to hold on quite a while longer.
Our allies are being attacked.
Meanwhile, on the northeast side of the map, no contesting means that Cardalin and Elves can just tear through the outer defenses of Ugalai. This does mean that this Misty Mountain spawn is not long for this world, but Terror does recall out to defend Anuminos from this push from Headcrash and Toby. Nice ability by Arvid Dewey, does get a lot of mass, but he does trade his own life to get that cast off. Exodus back on to only the Chief of the Lost off as his final hero. At the very least, for them, they do prevent Anuminos from dying just a little bit longer. Meanwhile, Explosive attempts to finish off Ice Marine, but he is chased away by Aardvark. This is a hard choke to attack into. You typically are just going to run away if this choke is contested. Embors is about to go down though. In the meantime, Protosser finishing off the spawn. Aardvark just not able to be in two places at once. Nice initiative and nice timing from the good team here. And not even missing a beat immediately after finishing off that Edmore spawn, Protossers are already in position to begin attacking Ugalai. Toby does happen to be in the area, so this push is going to be pushed away without much resistance. However, now Rovanian comes out for Explosive. This is going to be the late game carry faction, it seems, for good. Explosive trying to grab that gas on the Gladden, trying to grab Frumgar before he gets it denied potentially. Meanwhile, the rest of good is in a pretty healthy state regardless. Cardalin is almost entirely untouched. Arfidane is on his last legs, but has done quite a lot of damage and quite a lot of time stalling on Evil. Headcrash is going to probably be able to solo down the spawn unless Terror actually recalls in and tries to stop it. But Terror just actually doesn't move for just too long, doesn't prevent the Headcrash mass from dealing the damage they need to finish off that spawn. So that is going to be a Numinos going down. Meanwhile, Ugalai in the northeast of the map, Protosser persistently dealing damage to that spawn, finishing off Ugalai for the Evil faction. Last bridge does get destroyed over here by, I believe it was Aardvark. Nice pickup by him, a little bit of progress of course, but any bit of progress for Evil is going to be welcome at this point. Now, if we look at the game state right now, Evil is very locked off from the map. There's a little gap they can maybe sneak through down at the Ascended Heel to Khazad-dûm pathway, but it's very narrow, most likely being watched by Good. Meanwhile, though, Good has very nice coverage of the map and is very close to the Evil Heartlands. I think Evil is going to have to fight at least 1 or 2 decisive hero battles and take down a lot of heroes to be able to regain the upper hand over here. Eagle's Eerie comes down for Explosive. He is just sitting on fat wads of cash, able to buy whatever he pleases, whenever he pleases. This might be a Gwai here for the later stage of the game, which is going to give Mardil, once he comes out, a lot of very nice air cover between Explosives, Adrahil, Gwai here, and Mardil. Meanwhile, Ice Marine goes down very soon. Yes, indeed, Terror finishes off the kill. Do note that he has had Nandor here fall for quite a while now on Lothlorien, which is really enhancing his right-click damage. Ice Marine does finish at that point, and Aardvark tries to chase away Explosive, but again, he cannot be 2 places at once. His attempt to chase away Explosive just means Elves has the chance here to push up instead. Headcrash back in the area, trying to deal a little bit of damage at this Ruins of Numenos area. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do here, given that the spawn has already died, and indeed he gets chased away by Protosser now with a very, very scary army, full of strong elites and a good chaff mass, and with every single one of his starting heroes. Meanwhile, at the Edmore's area, Explosive is trying to push up. We see over here that Lighthash is getting a little bit of pressure now. The spawn is max, spawning those very, very high damaging Witch Priests for Evil Men. But with a little bit more pressure, the spawn is going to be at risk of dying, which is a very high investment down the drain for Evil. Meanwhile, Explosive going down the ramp once more, trying to bump into Aardvark here. Let's see what he can do to try and punch through this roadblock imposed by the Evilman player. Meanwhile, Terror and Protosser are doing a double push around Fornost. Fornost did go down just now, Evil Fornost, and with Goblin down cleared, Explosive decides to buy the high pass of the Northman variety. Seems like every single one of Good's dollars is just going into the pockets of Explosive right now. Korhill goes down near Fornost, trying to defend this spawn to the last man, or Orc in this case. And now Explosive with his gigantic army and stacked Hero Ball is going to go in for the offensive on the backside of Angmar. He does lose Frumgar to that right click. He does not retreat in time. Gorkill, Angmar, Ernir, Dunabeth, Adrahil goes down in that hero fight. But Aardvark just does not have the strength. He takes out Kurnir, but they lose Rogash in the process. And now Explosive with just Lord of Pinef Galen remaining, and Mardil can now finish off the spawns. I think that was almost a completely even hero trade, but as the adage always goes, it's better to trade while you are ahead, and with the final vestiges of hero power on Evil gone, this is going to be a good victory very shortly.